the graph editor. Let's talk about it. The spaghetti box, where all the curves come together into a string of this thing. Well, that's the graph editor, and it is quite overwhelming sometimes, but today I will be explaining it and hopefully clear some errors so some of you wouldn't be so scared. So let's go. So first we're going to look at these three spheres going across with the same timing, same distance, different spacing. Let's track out the spacing of the first sphere, and we're going to arrange it so it's a timing chart vertically. Whoop. And we're going to spread that out so that every single tick has its own column on the timeline. And if we draw that curve, there it is. That's the animation curve. So different spacing will create different shapes in the animation curve, just like what you're going to see the next two spheres. So that was just a straight line. If we want to create an arc, we're going to introduce another attribute, which is the translate up and down, translate Y. And in this case, the arc is made because translate Y has a favor on the bottom. So more frames are clamped on the bottom. And if we change that and favor the top, we're going to change the shape of the arc. So for arcs, it's just good to think in different components. So take this figure 8 right here. If we take the up and down component, combine it with the side to side movement, we're gonna get that shape. So the up and down is pretty simple, just a simple up and down. The side to side is more frequent. Same thing with rotation. If you see this crazy stick going around, it's just this axis rotates back and forth plus this axis going back and forth. It works like that. So now that we know that two components combining together will create something different, and having that knowledge, I think it's one of the most important steps in understanding what the graph editor does and what you can do with the graph editor to make your animation look good. And so now we just gotta translate our components into curves, and that in our head requires practice, requires experience, and all that jazz. So an exercise for you to get familiar with that is just grab a simple object and use that object to draw sophisticated arcs across the screen using only your graph editor. And that way it'll force you to kind of think in different components, think in one axis at a time, one curve at a time, and work one curve at a time. Get your head around that and lose that anxiety, basically. So there's only so much I can explain about the graph editor in one video without overwhelming you guys, and I don't know how much that helped. I don't think it did, but whatever. I'm just gonna put this video out there, and please give me feedback. Tell me if it sucked, tell me if it's good, tell me if you liked it or not. Doesn't matter, just give it to me. I'll eat them all. I'll eat them up. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, goodbye.